Hello, and thank you for joining me for yet another Ignite Publishing tip video. I'm Roz, and I'm the co-founder of Ignite Publishing Services, along with my husband Dave. We help authors get their story into book format. So we help you through the self-publishing process. And today I'm going to share with you the actual publishing process. I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to jump over to an infographic that I've created that gives you 6 practical steps to follow to actually keep you on track to publish your book in 6 to 8 weeks. So we come into the picture after you finish writing all of the content, all of the meat of your book, okay? Now, what you want to do is actually have your book in digital format. So you want to have it in a Word document, Google Docs, different any type of digital format. That's how you want to actually submit your manuscript. It's a manuscript before it becomes a book, okay? And we're going to go through the process, and you're going to understand that a little later as I continue on with this video. So you want to submit your work, your content into digital format. You want to ensure that you have your acknowledgement, you have your foreword, you have your preface, you have your TOC, which is the table of content, the content of your book, about the author, all of that information you want to have included when you have it in digital format and submit it to your self-publishing company, all right, or your publisher. So that is the first step in the publishing process. Now, step number 2. This is where you want to make sure that you have a copy editor or a proofreader actually go through your content, your manuscript, from cover to cover, okay? From the front to the back. You want to make sure that they're checking for grammar, for punctuation, and they're critiquing your manuscript. We never suggest that you do this yourself, because you want another set of eyes on your manuscript to make sure that someone else is reading it, they're seeing, they may see something that you may not see. So we always suggest that you have a copy editor or proofreader go through your manuscript. So the third step, this is the review process. And this is the process where I encourage all the authors to be patient. I know you're excited, but I want you to be patient through this process, because it may be a couple of rounds, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe more, where the copy editor or the proofreader is submitting after they've went through your manuscript from front to back. Then they submit it back to you for you to read it to make sure everything is the way you want it, okay? Then they, if there's any corrections that need to be made, you give it back to them. They go through it again, and then the process continues until you're satisfied, okay? After you're satisfied, you go on to step number 4, and this is the actual book format. So from manuscript to book format, you want to make sure that you know exactly the size of the book that you would like. So if the book is a 6x9, a 5.5 by 8.5, if it's something smaller, if it's something larger, you want to know this at this stage, because during the book interior formatting, there needs to be a number of pages that's going to be accounted for, and we need to know that prior to going to the next step, number 5, okay? So we need to make sure we know the size that you want your book to be in, okay? So step number 5 is the cover design. In the cover design, you want to have the page count, okay? You want to know the size of the book, like I have said previously. You also want to have the description of the actual book itself, as well as possibly a photo of yourself. Because if you look at any book that you may have in your possession, Normally 9 times out of 10 the author's picture is on the back cover, so you want to make sure that you're, if that's what you want, you want to make sure that you're submitting a photo of yourself as well as the book description to your cover designer. Okay, now step number 6. Now the cover design is completed, the interior is completed. Now the printer has your book. You've submitted it to your printer or self-publishing service like ourselves, where we actually have the printer print the book into exactly the way the book will be. Okay? The only difference with the proof is that in the back inside page, there's going to be proof written across it. That's the only difference. Everything else will be exactly the way the book will be printed in its final stages, unless you make any corrections during this process. And definitely you want to read from cover to cover the proof. You want to make sure if there's any errors, any corrections that need to be made, this is where you must do those things. Submit it back to us, and we will go through and make the actual corrections. Then we will order another physical proof for you, so you can and we can go through the book again. Now, once everything is approved, you give the final okay. Congratulations, you did it. You are now an author of your book. So that is the 6-step process to publish your book. I just broke it down for you into practical steps. So as you might have had your story written, but you might have been at a crossroads where you didn't know the next steps to take. These are the steps that needs to be taken. All right, I just broke it down for you. So I hope you found value in this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our blog, connect with us through Facebook, through Twitter, through Instagram. We would love to connect with you. My husband, Dave, he's very vocal. He's an awesome guy. He's funny. He's hilarious, really. I'm actually going to show you our website, our Ignite Publishing Services website, so you'll be aware of that. The website is ignitepubservices.com. And that infographic that I just shared with you is actually on this website. If you go to the Ignite Publishing Services page and go down to the drop down, you'll see publishing process. And you click on that, and the infographic is there for your convenience. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. God bless, and I hope this has nudged you at least a little bit to get your manuscript, your story, from only being a manuscript into being an actual book. So God bless, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.